Hey everybody, doing a video today. If you follow my Instagram account, I think I mentioned this recently, but long story short, when it comes to the finished knives that we're using the clear gun coat on, going back a couple of weeks, about a month ago now almost, had some issues with the clear gun coat. Now there was never a problem with its performance, but I don't know, I don't want to point the finger and I don't really care at this point because I'm kind of moving past it, but I had some issue with the finish coming out. It wasn't acting the way that I believed it should. So long story short, after a bunch of headache and testing and doing a bunch of samples and other stuff, decided to go with a different color. This is something that I've been thinking about doing for a while now. If you know much about coatings, I've been working professionally in the coatings world since 1996. So started off doing cars, and then just about anything that can get sprayed or finished, for the most part, I've done at some point or another. Now, that doesn't mean I think I'm an expert or that I have all the answers or whatever else, but you know, I kind of have a grasp on what it is that I want to accomplish and how to get there for the most part. So I wanted to go to a pigmented coating for a while from GunKote. Pigmented coatings in general tend to be easier to spray. They also cover and hide a little bit better, so you can put them on a little thinner depending on what you're doing. Anyway, there are a number of reasons, and they also can be more durable because sometimes the pigments themselves help to resist UV, help to resist scratches, and so on and so forth. Anyway, that's a topic for another video, but been going through the search. I've tried a couple of different colors out, and the color I decided to go with here is a gray color from GunKote. It's flat, so it's going to hide wear very well. There's very little to no sheen with it, so I think it's going to be a good fit for a survival type knife in this market. Now, I went ahead and refinished this knife that this customer has been exceedingly patient, and I want to thank you, buddy. I don't know if your name said or not, so thank you very much for your patience. I appreciate it. You've helped me out tremendously by allowing me to work with this knife and what's going on. So this is the color here. This was the traditional clear over the blasted portion. So what that means is this would get blasted and other preparation done, and the clear just locked in the blasted appearance of the metal. The reason the gun coat is so important is blasted metal, you've opened up the surface of the metal. If you know this stuff already, then you know, congratulations guys, but some people don't, so I want to explain this and why this is so important. So blasted surfaces can, even though they're easy to clean, it's an industrial finishing method basically. It's quick, clean, fast, and consistent. However, if you get things like sap from a tree, or let's say you're cleaning an animal, you get blood or other goop on there, it can get into that open steel now and it can kind of stain it, and it's very difficult to get it out. Now, if you re-blast it, it comes right back out, but not everybody has the ability to mask this off properly and then blast again in their home shop. If you do, then I mean, sincerely, congratulations. But not everybody can do that. So the gun coat goes on there in a very, very thin coating. Like guys, when it's done, it's like 6 to 10 thousandths thick, I think. Whatever it is, it's not even 6 to 10 thousandths. I believe it's 6 to 10 thousandths of an inch. It's very, very thin. That's why applied properly, it will not chip, it's not going to flake off there. It's so thin, it's basically just enough to form a continuous film and give you protection. So anyway, without veering off too much off the point at hand here, this is the color I've decided to go with. I finished this knife half and half so that you can see what the clear looks like on there, and then you can see what the gray looks like on there. So this would obviously be wrapped, but in the future, if you choose to get the gun coat applied on there, the center portion of the blade, which is blasted, would get gun coated, the guard, the cord ring, and then the butt cap. Okay? So nothing has really changed in that regard. That gives you really nice, smooth threads. The gun coat actually makes the threads a little smoother. It's got some self-lubricating type properties that are really, really nice. So now, this stuff here, even though it looks like there's hardly any coating on there other than the actual color, obviously, this is now going to be almost impervious to the elements, to water, to salt water, to blood, to sap, whatever else. That's what makes it so important. You get this stuff dirty, you spritz it down with some WD-40, wipe it off, and you're good as new again. So, What does this mean going forward? Well, I never charged for the GunKote. This has always been a free upgrade that I've given while I'm kind of testing it out and getting feedback. So this won't really affect anyone's order. If you want the GunKote in the future, it's going to be there's a section on the electronic order form that you get. You can simply select yes or no. There's never been an upcharge for that, so if you don't select it, there's no need to worry about where your money went or whatever else. The price has stayed the same before and after I introduced the GunKote. So anyway, that's that. If you like it and you want the gray, then you can select it and you'll get it. If not, it will just be blasted, but there will be no sealing or any kind of coat on top of that to lock it in. So just keep in mind, if you're used to blasted knives, you know what that means, no big deal. But that's the deal on that. If you have any questions, go ahead and shoot me an email. This is going to go out. I'm going to put this on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and I'm going to send it to my subscribers list as well. So everybody will have a chance to get a load of this, and you know, this is going to be effective immediately. I've stopped using the clear coat for about a month now almost. Done with it. I'm not going to get into that again. It was a lot of frustration and time on my part. KG was very helpful. Again, I'm not trying to point a finger or anything like that. It's just for me and what I was doing, it doesn't seem to be a good fit right now. So this is where we're going. Again, you got any questions, let me know. I'm happy to help you out, but that's where we're at. So now your two choices are with the GunKote or without it and just the raw blasted finish. It's entirely up to you. It makes no difference to me, but that's where we're at. So again, thanks for your support. Let me make sure I haven't forgot anything here. The GunKote, bada-bing. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So again, I'm going to hold this here so you guys get a nice, good look at what the difference will be. So again, the handle, all this, the guard, and the center portion is what gets blasted, prepped, and cleaned, and masked, and then gun coated. So the edges do not have a coating on them. They are raw, brushed, or satin stainless steel. It's a machine finish off of the grinder. So the GunKote just goes on the areas that are gray, you know, or whatever here and here. The edges will remain uncoated. Okay, I think that should do it.